Yeah, you're a good boy. Oh, you're such a good boy. Do you like that, huh? You like that? Okay, come on, let's come over here. So we got another nice warm day today. Got our heat gun, and if you read right here, it's 119 degrees. Of course, that's just the temperature right there directly in the sun. The regular air temperature, let's see if we switch it up. Yeah, regular air temperature is, mid 70s, lower 80s. But the actual temperature of the spot he's in right now, we're looking at about 120. So perfect little basking temperature for him. And anyway, so I've had him out several times now. This is the either fourth or fifth time he's been out. And we're going to try give him a feeding. So since he's not accustomed to eating outside, what we're going to do is we're just going to feed him as if he's never been fed before. We're going to pretend this is the first time he's ever eaten from the tongs. Because reality is, out here in this new place, under the new bright light of the sun and all of this, he might behave like it's his first time feeding from the tongs, even though it's not. So let's just start out with baby steps and kind of work up from there. You ready, Mr. Raptor? Since this is a new thing for him, we're going to start out with one of his favorite foods, which is small rodents. He doesn't get to eat them very often. He's usually eating insects and lizards because that would be a more natural thing for him to eat at this age in the wild. But we do occasionally give him small rodents. These are little deer mice that we caught while out ratting. They've been frozen for over a month to kill off the parasites. And they are young, so they're nice and small, but they should have quite a bit of nutrition to them. So let's, we don't want him to see the tongs till we're ready, so I'm going to turn my back to him. I'm going to split one of these guys open. We're just going to feed him chunk by chunk. Oh, good, he did react good. There you go. That was pretty easy. He didn't give us too hard of a time. Kind of thought he might. Let's give him another chunk. I'm going to make him take a couple steps this time. So much for my theory and him acting like this is new to him. So he did a pretty good job. I was happy with him. He didn't hesitate too much. He gulped it down pretty good. So he's getting pretty warm here in the sun. I'm thinking he wants to move to a different spot where it's a little bit cooler. So I'm just going to let him down out here in the grass, and he can move around to other parts of the yard. I could tell he was kind of, whether he just wanted to explore or whether he's getting too warm, I'm not sure. But I'm going to pick him up, move him out here in the grass. Okay, here you go, little man. Go for a little walkabout. So we let Raptor travel around, explore the yard for a good 30-40 minutes, and now we're going to go put him back in his enclosure. Where are you headed, bud? fun little walkabout, huh? Did you have a fun time out here? We gotta go put you away. Now when he's running around, we don't leave him unsupervised. He's way too little. I'm sure he could find some little crawl to hold to crawl through and get out of the yard. Even though it's mink proof, I don't trust that it's lizard proof with a guy this small. When he's quite a bit bigger, I think we're fine. But he's tiny. You know, it really wouldn't take much of a hole for him to get out. And then even if it was 100% lizard proof and I didn't have that concern, the bigger concern is he's small enough that some little bird could come down and eat him, like a magpie or a crow, let alone a bird of prey like a red-tailed hawk. So we don't want to risk letting him run around unsupervised. But we do, however, want him to get out, get some sun. Those UV rays are super good for his health. And of course the exercise is great for his health, as is just the mental stimulation of being able to see new things, smell new things, you know, get out and travel. It's just great for his mental health. So we definitely want to give him that opportunity, but we don't want to risk his life being so small. And so we're going to go take him inside now. He's had a good, you know, about an hour out here. And so we're going to go take him in now, put him back in his enclosure. Ready to go, buddy? The plan is to build him an outside enclosure. But, you know, I've got 100 things to do, so that's not going to happen tomorrow. But pretty soon here, I do want to build him an outside enclosure so he can spend the whole day outside while the temperatures are obviously warm enough, and let him get as much UV as he can, a little more exercise than he could in his inside enclosure. So anyway, let's go take him inside. He's getting a little rambunctious because he had fun running around. I'm sure he wants to go run around some more. So sorry, buddy. We gotta go take you back inside. I've got other things to do, okay? Yeah, I can't sit and watch you all day long. I'm sorry. I know you would love that, huh? But we can't do that yet. When he gets bigger, I'd like to let him roam for larger parts of the day, covering the whole yard. But like I said, I just don't trust it when he's this little. Okay, let's go out. Let's go back inside.